trust anybody if he can't even fucking trust family. This is what I find to be the most damning of everything. Triple H did everything right. Everything. From the look, the feel, to the talent that he brought in, to the characters that were being created, entrances. Triple H and his team legitimately followed exactly what Vince McMahon and his team wanted to do. They created, they molded, they got everybody ready for the main roster, and they made Vince McMahon's job as easy as baking fucking cookies. They had to do nothing. Take what Triple H created, put it on your show, and let it go. Let them fly. Your future was made for the next 20 years with the talent that he was cultivating in NXT. What did Vince McMahon do? He killed it. Why did Vince McMahon kill it? Vince McMahon killed it because he had nothing to do with it. Vince McMahon killed it because if he had to take everything that Triple H created and put it on the main roster, and you saw all these Triple H guys just filling the roster spots on Raw and SmackDown, Vince is going to start looking at that and saying, I got to give my son-in-law credit. This guy's successful, she's successful, because they were cultivated and created and were a project of NXT Black and Gold. They were a project of my son-in-law. I can't have that. I can't have any of it. I don't want to give him credit. The more credit he gets, the more people on social media see it, the more people acknowledge it, and then everybody's going to be calling for Triple H to take over the WWE. Take over Raw, take over SmackDown, have his team kind of build the ring. Everybody on Vince McMahon's team was petty, jealous, and they were fearing for their jobs. They are fearing for their jobs. Why do you think they were fearing for their jobs? Because they realized that when Triple H came in, all of the team that he assembled was going to push out the old guard and was going to issue in a new generation to take this company where it needs. They don't want the company to flourish. They don't want the company to flourish creatively, I should say. Let me reword that. They want the company to flourish. They're making more money now than ever before. But the simple fact of the matter is, Triple H was never going to be able to get any of what he created on TV because Vince McMahon and his team never had a hand in it. And every time they were forced to take somebody from the Black and Gold, they took it, and like I always said, I said this for years, Triple H created Vince McMahon. They took somebody, I'm going to use him as an example, Karrion Kross, he's the most damning of examples. They took Karrion Kross, which was absolutely perfect as an act on NXT, and they fucking changed it, they killed it, they embarrassed it, and then they threw it in the fucking garbage. That is what I'm talking about. Taking somebody that looks like Karrion Kross and not having him succeed on the main roster, I find that to be very fucking evil. This company's run by a bunch of people that don't know the talent that they have and possess. And this company is run by a bunch of people that hate professional wrestling, and they sought to remove all of that. Now look at where we are today. Look at where we are today. I called this shit out for 24 months, well after everything had just been reported. You know, everybody's like, oh my goodness, what's going on with these fires? Immediately I called it out. Immediately I called it out. When AEW was a fucking baby on TNT with that first episode. This goes well before AEW even moved to Wednesday nights with Dynamite. I've been calling this out. Just look at what's going on. Nothing really added up. Everything I have spoken about here, I have no inside sources. I don't know anybody. I don't mingle with wrestlers. I don't reach into wrestlers' DMs. I don't give a shit if you like me, if you hate me, if you want me fucking banished from social media, if you want the podcast to fucking disappear and never be heard of again. I don't give a shit what you think. Every single story that broke this year, whether it was main roster, SmackDown, Raw, or more importantly, the discussion today, NXT. I have been 100% correct. Now it's being reported as factual information. And my gripe is, and I'm going to be a little selfish, because I have every fucking right to. I'm going to be selfish and ask, where's my account? Everybody knows what I do. Everything I say, every movement I make is watched by somebody in the community. They got binoculars waiting for me to fuck up and say something so that I'm the next to be canceled. You know exactly what I do and what I say, so where exactly is my acknowledgement? Now you all go to the chat rooms, who are gutless, cowards, and have no balls about them. None of them revealed this story to you until yesterday. I revealed this story every single fucking month for the last 24 to 36 months. Where's my account? You know what pains me the most? It's the fact that everybody knew exactly what was going on and failed to condition your audience to what's going on. You needed it to break officially when you knew exactly what was going on. Mainstream wrestling media is fucking hideous. There's not one truthful individual in the entire fucking community. Period. They're all out for themselves. They all want to fucking have their own agendas and narratives. They want to fucking rub elbows with everybody in the community to build their own brand. I'm a made man. By myself. I've had help. I've had guidance. But I've never actively went out there and fucking threw myself, without shame. Please, please, please! I have 130,000 subscribers on YouTube. I got 37,000 followers on Twitter. All because what I've said and what I've done. Behind truth and behind honesty. I should be at 500,000 subscribers. I should be at 100,000 followers on Twitter. But I'm not. Because I'm just out there open and honest, and I have not only every right to say what I say, because it's my fucking platform. If you don't like it, go watch somebody else who's gonna fucking bullshit you. It's my show. I can say and do whatever the fuck I want. No matter what anybody feels or thinks of it. The problem I have is everybody knew exactly what was going on, so where the fuck were you reporting this story 12 months ago? Why didn't you report this story? Why wasn't this a talking point in the news? Everybody's so big on these big sites, right? Where was this news story on any of these versions? Where? Why wasn't this a thing? Why did it take until yesterday for it to become a story? Meanwhile, I've been crying at the top of the mountain by myself for all this time, and all I got was JD's conspiracy theory, JD's lunatic, JD's a cancer. I can't wait for him to get out of the fucking community. Listen, it doesn't matter what you think about me. At the end of the day, all I want is, hey, I hate this fucking guy, but he's right. He's talking a lot of sense. Everybody that has failed to bring this to public light and to the attention of the public, you are just as bad as Bruce Prichard and Vince McMahon. Every single fucking one. Because it doesn't come off as genuine. Everybody's just about Triple H getting blackballed from not only his fucking company, but his family. You're just as bad as they are. You're just as bad as everybody undoing you. Because this is a serious fucking thing. He doesn't deserve it. I don't know what exactly he did wrong. And everybody just wants to willingly move on. Oh, this is the natural progression of the brand. They're creating superstars. What the fuck do you think Triple H was doing? What exactly do you think Triple H was doing? What did he have his weekly fucking circle session at 3 p.m. at the Performance Center and just disappear from everybody? What do you think he did every day, all day long? cultivated new talent. Look at the talent that he had in that company. At least they're creating new stars. What the fuck you think Malachi Black was? Or Aleister Black? What do you think Andrade was? What do you think Keith Lee was? What do you think Johnny Gargano was? Tommaso Ciampa? Adam fucking Cole? And the Undisputed Era? All the women that were there. What do you think this man was doing? But now, they're creating stars. What are you, fucking stupid? I'm gonna mention his name even though he's blackballed from the fucking community. Velveteen Dream. Everybody was high on Velveteen Dream before all the accusations came out. Was he not a brand new superstar? He was homegrown. They took him from nothing. And they made him into one of the most must-see acts on that entire brand. That wasn't Triple H creating superstars. All the man did was create. He took somebody from a relatively unknown fucking indie company and he made them into a superstar. Killer Cross, I wasn't a big fan of Killer Cross, Karrion Kross, and the Triple H direction made me a fan. Keith Lee was just another big athletic football player that really wasn't seasoned as a professional wrestler. Triple H saw Keith Lee and he made him into a perennial main event WrestleMania guy. Adam Cole, one of the greatest in-ring talents of our generation, Adam Cole. And fuck your vanilla midget comments. Say Adam Cole is one of the top 5 in this sport. Was he not a superstar at the end of his NXT run? No, but WWE wanted to take him and cut his hair and change his name, take away Adam Cole Bay and make him a manager for Keith Lee, who they only ended up firing anyway. Did Triple H not create Adam Cole to be a WWE superstar? Did Triple H not create Adam Cole to be a WrestleMania main event guy? Did he not create the Undisputed Era as a WWE entity that rivaled the fucking Shield? So please explain to me how Triple H didn't create, but now all of a sudden, because you got your Tony D'Angelo's from the Big Ben, don't get me wrong, and your Braun Breakers, and your Toxic Attractions, and your Corin Shades, and your Zion Quinns, your Odyssey Joneses, and your Andre Chases, and your Von Wagners. By my calculations, what I just mentioned to you blows away everything that you currently see on NXT 2.0 Day. Don't even measure up to anything Triple H did. So where is this narrative about how, oh, at least they're creating the future? Wasn't Triple H doing that? That's all he fucking did. Until Vince McMahon fucking killed him. Because he wasn't his. Odyssey Jones, Braun Breaker, Von Wagner, Toxic Attraction, and whoever else I'm failing to mention here. They're all Vince McMahon's problems. They will succeed. Because Vince McMahon has a hand. Triple H does not. This is why I mentioned the other day on my New Year's Eve post. Triple H. All the guys that I just mentioned failed because Vince McMahon didn't have a hand. The Braun Breakers of the world, there's absolutely no fucking way Braun Breaker is going to fail on the main roster. Why? He may not be the best in-ring guy, he may not be an Adam Cole, but this is a Vince McMahon handpicked guy. If he's a Vince McMahon handpicked guy, you're going to see a Vince McMahon handpicked guy the same way you're seeing him presented now on the main roster. Braun Breaker will not change. You might see a little tweak here or a little tweak there, but it's not going to deviate away from what you see now. If Vince McMahon has a hand in it, it will succeed. But I don't want to hear about this narrative that Triple H didn't create. Everything was wrong about Triple H's NXT. Fuck that noise. This is a very hot-button topic to me and a very sensitive one at that. NXT was the most perfect, the black and gold, I should say, was the most perfect wrestling product that we were given in North America in a very, very long time. I don't want to hear about your vanilla midgets or whatnot. You can fucking take that shit and go fuck off. Fuck off. Everything about their presentation, everything about the quantity over quality aspect that Vince McMahon loves. Triple H thought the opposite. It was always quality over quantity. Takeovers only happened 4, maybe 5 times a year. Takeover only had 5 matches per show. NXT was 1 hour, and in that 1 hour, you saw more wrestling and more character development than you see on 5 fucking hours. WWE television right now. That's because it came from somebody that loved this sport. Vince McMahon and his team do not. So cut the shit. Cut the shit. I've been claiming this to be fact for months. Now all of a sudden it's news. All you people, the fucking people that are reporting this shit are so willing to move on and forget the old NXT instead of using your fucking platform to inform your audience about what exactly is going on. You failed to do it for 2 fucking years. I was the only one. You're so willing to move on from something that's not broken. You should be fucking speaking out about the fucking injustice that is going on right now internally in WWE. You did nothing to bring this to anybody's attention. Now you want to bring it to attention to everybody because it's going to fill your fucking pockets and it's going to bring more views to your fucking websites. The best thing about NXT 2.0 is that when it inevitably fails, and it will, because it's not Paul Levesque. The best thing about NXT 2.0 is that when it inevitably fails, who else is there to blame? Who else is there to blame? Shawn Michaels is going to be the one fired. Because everybody has this fucking fantasy that he's in charge. He's not. Shawn Michaels is not in charge. He sits there like a good little boy, and Bruce and Vince run the show on puppet strings. They're not even there. They run the show via Zoom. They can't even be bothered to show up on a show that they so actively wanted to kill. They can't even be bothered to show up to run the fucking show. So they got Shawn Michaels, the fucking glorified puppet, running the show. And if you heard that Shawn Michaels was running the show from a verified source, they're fucking wrong. Bullshit. That he took your subscription and they fucking lied to you. This is what I'm talking about. Nobody reported that news. I don't give a fuck what Sam or Meltzer or anybody said about Shawn Michaels running NXT. Shawn Michaels is not in charge, wasn't in charge, and never will be in charge of NXT. Ever. He'll be the first one fired when this shit fails. And then who's gonna blame? Well, they're gonna blame. They end up closing the whole fucking operation, and nobody will be talking about this brand ever. But did Triple H deserve to be blackballed? Did he deserve to have every single aspect of his hard work for 10 years erased? Did he need to have his legacy completely wiped away as if it never fucking existed? No, he did not. I stand with Triple H. I stand firmly on the team of Triple H. Because the man only had passion to make the product better. Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard actively want to kill the product, as we see every single. Stop believing the wrestling media. Stop supporting the wrestling media. I'm an independent fucking entity that is not affiliated with a website or a dirt sheet or a company. I don't actively see interviews. I don't go out there and show myself. I say what I say because I fucking care. I say what I say because I want a better show. Half the people that you listen to in this community, they don't want a better. They want a better them. They want a better website. They want better views on YouTube. Meanwhile, I'm the one who's bringing in the views compared to everybody in the fucking community who stands atop every fucking day live. I do. You think that's because I'm being pushed by YouTube algorithm? Give me a fucking break. It's not because of an algorithm, it's not because of some unknown fucking entity. It's because I want exactly what the fuck fans want, and the fans are gonna see right through the bullshit. I'm genuine, I'm honest, and I'm true. And for the fucking people that have been living in the wrestling realm on social media have not been honest with you guys. I haven't yet. I get called out. I get blackballed. Nobody wants to work with me because I'm too risque. Go fuck yourself. Every single fucking one of you. It would probably do you guys some good if you were more like me instead of fucking wanting something that is nothing more than a fucking fantasy. You're not working with WWE, you're not working with AEW, neither am I. So you might as well just go into business for yourself and actually be fucking honest with not only your audience, but yourself. Look how people also claim to me that I'm not the same as I was 2, 3, 4 years ago. What are you talking about? Because I'm a little bit more polished, I gave back to my fucking community, I got a beautiful fucking green screen developed by a widely popular and fucking insanely talented team. Because I've upgraded my entire fucking space. Right? I'm not the same. No, I just look a little bit different. I have a little bit more gray in my beard. I sound a little bit better. But the fucking source of it all remains. I will always be here to deliver the truth. Always. Stories broke yesterday that I've been breaking for 24 months. I deserve a little bit more fucking credit than this guy's a fucking lunatic or a conspiracy theorist. I deserve a little bit more fucking credit instead of, I won't work with that fucking guy. I never get invited to do anything or work with anybody or fucking be a part of anybody's fucking panel. Why? They can't handle the fucking truth, man. Everybody wants to live in this safe space. They want to walk on fucking eggshells. They don't want to piss off. Fuck, they don't want to piss off. Who are you afraid of pissing off? Exactly. Who? That's exactly the recipe of failure. See right through that shit, man. See right through that shit. I might not get invited to fucking panels. I might not get invited to fucking WWE events. They don't want somebody like me, man, because I'm the one that calls them out on every single fucking thing. It hasn't been wrong, and God knows how people fail to see. Anyway, man, I needed to get all that off my chest. We're gonna go over these releases. We're gonna go over these releases in just a second. And I don't really give a shit who I pissed off on this goddamn show today. I really don't. If you don't like it, take it up with somebody fucking else. Seriously. Give me my fucking just due, give me my credit. Credit me. All you fucking pussies out there are afraid to reveal the real news and report the real fucking news. Fuck people come here. Follow me on social media, guys. At JD206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys get your super chats in. You guys hit that join button. Join the channel right here on YouTube. And also, go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. We got Monday Night Raw, we got NXT New Year's Evil, we got AEW Dynamite last night. Tonight we're live with 2,500 people. We got Day 1 that happened on Saturday. We got a couple of extras thrown in there. Tons of stuff, guys. I've been on fire since the turn of the new year. Make sure you guys go and check that out all on the homepage right now. Go get your t-shirts. On Fire is is the place. Bonfire.com is the exclusive home of Off the Script. You guys can actually look underneath the video player that you're watching right now on YouTube. You'll see the entire line of Bonfire merchandise. Make sure you guys go and check that out. I even got tote bags, I got coffee mugs, I got all the hottest designs from the podcast. So make sure you guys go and check all that stuff out at bonfire.com. And tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. You guys are going to use code JD at checkout for your free, yes, free sample. All you guys have to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Let's get into the news. I got a lot up. I want to start off with Rey Fenix, man. This was the big thing on everybody's mind. Rey Fenix, big update on the injury he suffered on AEW Dynamite in the main event, where I absolutely thought he broke his fucking arm, man. I can't even think about it. I can't even think about it because it makes my skin play his arm bent backwards. Everybody was fearing the worst. Rey Fenix injury update. He actually revealed himself that he is fine. And this update is coming from PW Insider. Fenix, according to them, was taken to the hospital straight after the match. Believed was that Fenix dislocated his elbow. Yes, a dislocated elbow is a lot better than a completely broken arm. That's exactly what I thought happened, and I thought he broke his arm. Brian Alvarez has been reporting about this and reported that Fenix was scheduled for an MRI. Now reports that Fenix's elbow was badly dislocated and his arm was not broken. Alvarez noted that the MRI is still needed to check for ligament damage, which I'm assuming there will. That looked fucking brutal. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful confirmed Alvarez's report, noting that everyone originally feared a break in his surgery, but ultimately there was no fracture. Shortly after the spot, Jungle Boy rolled up Penta to secure the victory, winning himself and Luchasaurus their first AEW Tag Team titles. Rey Fenix came out and gave a public statement as of this afternoon. He says this, and I quote, "I want to thank each and every one of you so much for all the love, your prayers, good vibes, and your messages. Thank you very much for being concerned about me. I feel very blessed to have all of you, fans, colleagues, wrestlers, my friends, and my family. Thank you very much. I love this sport so much that it has changed my life and mine. And when I'm in the ring or when I put my mask on, everything goes away. There are no fears. There are no problems. My heart beats perfectly. Everything is fine. I feel alive. What happened last night is one of the many risks that we wrestlers take before getting into a ring and doing what we love so much. There is no blame. It is wrestling. These are the risks. Tonight I can tell you that I feel better, and thank God. And his prayers and good vibes from him that there are no broken bones. I still have to visit a doctor a couple of more times and do some studies to have an exact diagnosis. Thank you very much once again to all, and congratulations to the champions. Enjoy and defend those titles, because very soon I am back and those championships belong to the Lucha Bros. I respect. Thank you, everybody. I love you all. I am shocked that he does not have a broken arm. And I wish nothing but the best for Rey Fenix, man. Absolutely nothing but the best. This is perfectly summed up. Don't blame anybody. Don't blame anybody. Don't blame Luchasaurus. Don't blame any of the talent in that match. Shit happens. And these are the risks that they take. And they know of those risks when they amp it up the way that they did last night on Dynamite. Did the spot need to be in the match? No, it did not. No, it did not. I didn't think a table spot in that match was absolutely needed. I didn't think it was needed at all. But at the end of the day, he's injured. And the best thing about it all is that he will be back. His arm is not broken. And the Lucha Bros, with the Young Bucks, now the two top tag teams in this entire game, he is going to recuperate. They are out. Penta will probably be on television, but he took two teams away from the AEW Tag Team division, and you look at the Tag Team division, how stacked they are, and who's coming in still, and it's not like they're going to be missing any. work at all. They're not going to miss a beat. So all the signings that Tony Khan has kind of, brought into AEW, when shit like this happens, it's great to have that security blanket at the end of the day. So when you got Lucha Brothers and Young Bucks who are out of AEW with injuries, pretty big fucking blow. Imagine if Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks were in WWE and they had nobody else like they do now. Their tag team division would be fucked. Imagine if RK Bro and the Street Profits, or RK Bro and the Usos were out. Or not even that. Imagine the Usos and the New Day both being out because of injury. Where exactly is that taking? So don't really slight Tony Khan for what he's done, because he's developed a nice security blanket for himself, so when things do happen like this, he's got something to fall back on. And that tag team division will be just fine. When they get back, they'll be even stronger. So thoughts and prayers and love go out to Ray Phoenix. He will be back, and I'm glad his arm is not broken. Speaking of Dynamite did over 1 million viewers last night on their TBS debut. This was according to Showbuzz Daily. AEW's New Year's Smash event on December 29th. They did a rating of 975,000. Last night's show did 1.01 million views. They also brought in a 0.43 in the 18 to 49 demographic. That is what I call a strong start to Dynamite on the new network on TBS. Now, the reason why they did over 1 million viewers is for a couple of reasons. Number one, they've been hyping the shit out of it, so all the hype kind of paid off. Number two, I genuinely believe that Bryan Danielson and Adam Hangman Page and their match was so great first time around that they invested so many people to come and watch this second match that you just had to watch exactly what was going on. And number three, there was a problem with the West Coast Dynamite feed. They weren't really being shown in the primetime slot. Dynamite, for the longest time, on the West Coast was being shown at 5 p.m. I was watching wrestling at 5 p.m. It's a primetime show. It should be on at 8 o'clock. So what happened is that they were being shown at 5 p.m. and those ratings were really, or the West Coast rather, was really debilitating the ratings overall for the show. So now with the move to TBS, that's not going to happen, because the West Coast feed, they were pushing the hockey stuff. They were pushing the NHL over AEW with the primetime slot. Now with the move to TBS, that's not going to be a problem. And the West Coast feed now will be featured in the primetime slot that it should have been. But don't go and say that to the people on social media for fucking fools. On social media, they don't want to hear that stuff. They don't want to hear the legit truth. They want AEW to fail, which I find is absolutely more and more ludicrous every fucking week. Because WWE is doing such great things by themselves, or were doing such great things by themselves, right? They've actually gotten worse with competition from AEW. I can't imagine if they were the only game in town. 1 million. Congratulations to AEW. It's still on at 5 p.m. on CBS this week. I didn't hear that. Well, that's not what Brian Alvarez said, man, but I mean, everybody hates Alvarez, so we'll probably throw that right back in his face. Walter. He was on NXT New Year's Eve on a great six-man tag with Imperium, Matt Riddle, and MSK. Walter is officially moving to the States. He will be competing for NXT 2.0 full-time. And the deterioration of Walter has begun. He will not be on NXT 2.0 for a very long time. They are priming him for the main roster with this move officially to NXT and him officially moving stateside for good. Walter is set to have his last NXT UK last stand on next week's UK show in a farewell match against Nathan Frazier. Walter wrestled on this week's New Year's Evil episode where he and Imperium were defeated by Matt Riddle and MSK. I honestly see the Dusty Classic is going to be a thing on NXT 2.0. Imperium are the tag team champions. The winners of the Dusty Cup get a tag team title opportunity against them. Now, the thing is, with the Dusty Cup, I feel like it may end up being MSK, it may end up being somebody else. Well, you know, I don't know, but the whole story revolves around MSK getting Matt Riddle, him being the shaman, them winning the tournament, and then getting a shot at him here. So that's what I think is going to happen. Now, they won the tournament last year. I didn't think they should have won it last year. I think the Grizzled Young Veterans should have won it last year. But I do see MSK winning the tournament, taking the titles off of Imperium. And then at that point, it would give Walter something to do in the meantime until that tournament has concluded, and I would see all three of them move up to the main roster. Marcel Martel, Fabian Eicher, and Walter all moving to the main roster. Where they go, I don't know. Where they go, I would absolutely fear for their careers. They would not be treated well at all on the main roster. Tag team wrestling is horrendous on the main roster, and Walter in the hands of Bruce Pritchard and WWE Creative, I would rather drink bleach. I do not want to see that at all. And the thing is, everybody's mentioning, oh, Walter, the Royal Rumble. Walter should be in the Royal Rumble. I agree with you. It's very easy to book Walter to win the Royal Rumble. If you really want Walter on the main roster, having him win the Royal Rumble would be the absolute best decision possible. Brock Lesnar beats Bobby Lashley, retains the WWE title. Roman Reigns defends against whomever, and there's nobody on SmackDown right now. They may actually have to dip into the Monday Night Raw roster to find the next casualty for Roman Reigns on the road to WrestleMania. I don't know who that's going to be. Roman Reigns is definitely walking into WrestleMania as Universal Champion. You can do Lesnar and Reigns night one of WrestleMania. The winner of that match is the Unified Champion. Walter wins the Royal Rumble. He gets the winner of that match on night two. So it could be Walter versus Roman or Walter versus Lesnar in the main events of night two. For WrestleMania 38. It is very easy to have Walter win the Royal Rumble. It's very easy for anybody to win the Royal Rumble. It doesn't necessarily have to be Walter. You could really do a New Japan scenario where night one and night two could really play out the way that I just detailed. So the Royal Rumble winner is still going to get a top at WrestleMania, but instead of getting one championship match, we'll get two. That could still happen. Will that happen? Probably not. That may be too complicated for WWE and Bruce Pritchard to really think about. It may be too complicated to wrap their little fucking teeny tiny pea-headed brains around. So they won't do that. They're not even going to do a unification match. And a unification match is absolutely presenting itself in the most perfect way. Will they do it? No, they won't. Walter's moving to NXT 2.0. He is the absolute furthest thing from being NXT 2.0. Nothing about Walter is NXT 2.0. They will be moving him up to the main roster before the start of the summer. No question. That man will not be down there for that. WWE plans to go to Saudi Arabia next month for another big super showdown or crown jewel. I have no idea what the show is going to be called, but Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men podcast has reported that WWE is planning to go back to Saudi Arabia on Saturday, February 19th, which I'm actually happy about. I do not like these shows happening on a Thursday. It kind of throws everything off. So a Saturday, February 19th show is okay in my books. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful also confirmed this report. The last time WWE was in Saudi Arabia was the Crown Jewel on October 21st. The main event there was Brock Lesnar losing to Roman Reigns with the Universal Championship on the line. WWE released its 2022 pay-per-view schedule, and there were 2 months there without a pay-per-view. They had February and I believe October. So everybody kind of figured that WWE would be going back to Saudi Arabia in those months. Now my question is, if we're getting a Saudi show in February, are we getting an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in March? I would not even bother having a pay-per-view in March because I don't really think anybody gives a shit. You'll be booking for that pay-per-view, and coming out of Saudi, WWE should, theoretically, put all their resources into building WrestleMania. There's no reason why you should be building towards a pay-per-view in between the Saudi show and WrestleMania. That would give WWE enough time, 7 weeks, to build and make everything feel important going into WrestleMania. You throw a pay-per-view in there in the middle of March, it kind of throws everything off. They don't even use the Elimination Chamber the way that it should be used. It's a failed concept, especially if you have everything lined up the way that I just told you about, with the winner of the Royal Rumble, maybe Walter, getting Lesnar and Reigns on night 1, having the Rumble winner face them night 2. What do you need an Elimination Chamber for? What do you need an Elimination Chamber for if both men who hold the biggest championships in the company are going to face each other at WrestleMania? Now, the thing that would throw a wrench into that great idea is Bobby Lashley winning the WWE Championship, which I don't think anybody wants to see that. We've seen it. I don't want to see it. He didn't really have all that great of a run. They booked him decently. They booked him to be a monster, but he didn't really have any standout matches, or he wasn't really the most entertaining champion on Monday Night Raw. Nobody wants to see Bobby Lashley as the WWE Champion again. I fear that WWE will give the WWE title to Bobby Lashley, and Omos will win the Royal Rumble. Because you know WWE is all in on Omos. Can you imagine Omos winning the Royal Rumble and then having a championship match on night 1 against Bobby Lashley? Can you imagine theoretically that WWE, and they know Bobby Lashley is asked for this Lesnar match for half a decade now. He's asked them for this Lesnar match, and they denied him every single time. Now all of a sudden this year they're giving him his match. Can you imagine theoretically if WWE went to Lashley and said, hey Bob, we'll give you your Lesnar match this year. We got the okay from him. He's willing to work with you. We'll give you your Lesnar match, but I'm going to give you Lesnar, and you have to give us Omos at WrestleMania. So we're going to have you beat Lesnar. We're going to have a fuck finish. Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns are going to get back together. They're going to fuck you over. And then Omos is going to win the Royal Rumble. We're going to fuck Lesnar over. We're going to give you the championship. Omos is going to win the Royal Rumble. And then you have to drop the title to Omos at WrestleMania. Can you imagine? Can you imagine they promised fucking all of this great shit to Bobby Lashley, Lesnar, the title, but then they have him put over Omos at WrestleMania? Oh my goodness. I know I've been whittling this into existence. I hope to God nobody's listening. Seriously. The WWE is going back to Saudi. I actually quite like the Saturday show rumored right now. It's not confirmed by any means, but rumored to be on a Saturday, February 19th to be exact, and not a Thursday. So I am absolutely for that, no question. Seth Rollins was originally scheduled to win the WWE Championship at day 1. Not Big E. This comes from Dave Meltzer. Dave Meltzer reported this week in his column on SportsIllustrated.com that Big E was not booked to retain the WWE title before the late changes to the show that included Brock Lesnar. Meltzer noted how the build to WrestleMania changed greatly when Brock Lesnar pinned Big E to win the title, but the original scripted plan was for Big E to lose the belt to Seth Rollins. Now, WWE's plans for WrestleMania are not changing at all, with Lesnar now holding the WWE Championship. Those plans are still intact because we're getting Lesnar versus Reigns. WWE even tweeted out today that Roman Reigns is cleared and he will be on Friday Night SmackDown, and he's tested negative COVID-19, so he will be on the show. So clearly the plan is for Roman and Lesnar to continue, and WWE's original plans for WrestleMania, even though Lesnar is now a WWE champion, they have not changed. So we're getting Lesnar versus Reigns at WrestleMania. The thing is, will Lesnar be the WWE champion, or will he be going into the match without the title? I think it should be with Lesnar being the WWE champion. And I think a unification match of some sort will be the best thing for WWE to embark on, but I don't think that is a likely scenario. Now this news actually contradicts what WWE sources told Brian Alvarez, as he noted that Big E was scheduled to retain the title, and there was a graphic briefly posted and deleted by the WWE on Fox Twitter account that stated that Big E was retaining his title. As always, plans in WWE change, They change all the time, so it's possible that Rollins was originally scheduled to win the title, and then Vince McMahon changed his mind and made Big E the winner, and then plans changed when Roman Reigns tested positive. So he could have went from Seth Rollins to Big E, and then to Brock Lesnar. We don't know. We don't know. But WWE taking the title off of Big E in both of these situations, I mean, it goes to show you what WWE thought of Big E. He wasn't really their champion. WWE did not think very highly of Big E's title run, and neither did the fans. Nobody watched the show. Nobody came to the show. Big E, I don't even think he won a championship match or a match, period, as champion. He might have won one or two matches, but in all the big matches, all the big scenarios that they put him in, he continued to rack up L's. The most damning of matches was the one against Roman Reigns, very one-sided at Survivor Series. It wasn't Big E on equal level with Roman Reigns. It wasn't something like they did with Edge. Edge looked like Roman's E. Bryan looked like Roman's E. Big E looked like a fucking scrub next to Roman Reigns. Very one-sided. Go back and watch that match. It was very telling what they thought of Big E just by that match alone. Very decisive victory by Roman. They didn't really think much of Big E, and his reign was a failure. To be honest, Big E's reign was a failure. Whether that is in the perception of the fans, I don't know if the fans really gravitated to him, but WWE doesn't know how to book baby faces. And WWE booked Big E's reign all wrong. They booked it all wrong. Right from the word go. He won Money in the Bank. Great. Everybody wanted Big E to win Money in the Bank. I wanted Big E to win Money in the Bank. But the thing is, they gave Big E so much so soon. And they had this paid off so soon instead of letting it marinate. The longer you leave something in the refrigerator all wrapped up, a nice piece of steak marinated, the better it's going to taste when you finish it and stop grilling it. 20 minutes goes by, you grill your steak, whatever. As soon as that steak is off the grill, it's going to taste better the longer it marinates in the refrigerator. WWE, it's almost as if they did that instant marinade. Yeah, we'll put some steak in the refrigerator, let it marinate, in 10 minutes we'll throw it on the grill. No, nobody does that. You're a fucking idiot if you go and do that. Clearly you don't know what the fuck you're doing, just like WWE Creative doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Big E should have never taken the title from Bobby Lashley on that Monday Night Raw. They only did it to appease social media and the fucking Black Lives Matter stuff. That's all they did. It was a political, creative move. That is all they did. You don't want to hear it? I'm sorry. Go listen to somebody else. They did it for political reasons. I'm not saying Big E should have never been the WWE champion. I'm saying Big E should have waited to win the